All right, here we go. All right, that's better. That's better. Oh. Where are my manners? Where are my manners? Pardon my manners. Oh, my God. It's the Six Paths Commandments. It's your boy, man. Six Paths Dice, Mr. Lane, if you need me. I know you've been waiting for me. I know you've been wondering, man, when is the Six Paths going to come bless us with his thoughts on the disaster battle? We got a few points to make. I'm going to come in. I'm going to do my thing. And I'm going to sign out. All right? I'm going to keep under 10 minutes. Then we're going to be out of here. All right, here we go. So shout out to Dizaster. Dizaster is officially the master of disaster. Conspiracy time. Dizaster has had a long-standing grudge with Real Sikh. Never liked Real Sikh. He's not a fan of Real Sikh. Doesn't want to see Real Sikh progress. So you know what he did? He said, I'm going to get easy on the card. And then I know that because URL hates Easy, like he that bad bitch that got away. That's how they be treating him like a real jealous baby father, like a real toxic baby daddy and shit. Or you know how women be talking about how toxic men are? That's how URL be treated Easy. That's weird. It's almost like y'all just can't say, yo, we miss you and we love you. Please come back. But anyway, so Dizaster knew, right, that URL would try to book him for Summer Madness, right? Except when they booked me there, I'm going to ask for Real Sikh. Because why not? Who wouldn't want the novelty of that, right? And what I'm going to do is, when I get up there, I'm going to bring 3 rounds of problematic material. I'm going to bring 3 rounds of these things you shouldn't say at Summer Madness 13. I'm going to bring 3 rounds that barely sound like I even put thought into the event. And yo, it's a sabotage. Dizaster sabotage Real Sikh at Summer Madness. Right? And he even sacrificed his legacy to do it. That's my conspiracy. But on to, now time for the educational portion, right? Now, we're going to always be getting into psychology, presentation, relationships, and self-awareness on this channel. So what we saw up there was, so for one, when you were a guest in the culture, a guest in hip-hop and whatnot, you do lack certain things that you genetically need to know how to battle, to rap, to do anything you see black folks do. If it's not your genetic code, at best you might be able to kind of pick up on it if you grow up around black culture. But he don't got them codes. All the non-black rappers don't really got the codes like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think how many Spanish rap rappers do we have that are like top tier? You know what I'm saying? Or even close to top tier outside of like Cortez, if you want to say Cortez is. And Cortez may be more so around top tier because of his time in the game and experience. But I can't necessarily say for ability. But in general, right, they don't have the codes. They don't have the rhythm. Rhythm, because what Dizaster showed up there was low self-awareness, no rhythm, right? And composure, poise. These are all the aspects of masculinity, right? And also where we start getting into the cool zone, right? To be up there on the URL stage, you have to get into your cool. And it's a real black guy kind of thing. Dizaster is not black. Now, the other artists who are not black who can get into their bag up there, they use other things. But one thing they do always do is stay cool, and be calm. Dizaster can't really do that. He's been showing us that for a while. You also got to realize that Dizaster's not from this era. Dizaster's from a different era, bro. Dizaster was battle rapping before the cameras came on. A lot of guys that were battle rapping before the cameras came on, right? They're not necessarily stuck in that era, but it's like, yo, how can you tell someone who was a champion, you know, in their youth, or did this on a high level in their youth, how to do it? So they get stuck in their ways. You've seen all the older champions get stuck in their ways. Mook, Lux, Rex. Now you've seen them with Hollow. Now you've seen them kind of with Verb. You know what I mean? Hitman. All the older goods, all the older gods are kind of stuck in their ways. And when the people who have continued to, I want to say, be able to fight the younger guys, or not even younger guys, the newer guys, because the newer guys are going to use newer styles and newer tools. People like Shotgun Shook, Even now, he has the same time in the game, but he's still bringing a different kind of electricity where you don't feel like, all right, well, here goes Suge. Here we go. Let's get one thing straight. Pocket check, 1 2 1 2, slam dunk. Nah, Suge is still electrifying because Suge is still pushing forward, moving forward. And also, you seen Suge change. Okay? That's why it's important to constantly be thinking about what's my next move. But anyway, you've seen the older guys always struggle because they're stuck in their ways. Dizaster's also stuck in his ways. Another aspect, again, was going back to the self-awareness tip. You never argue with the audience. You never fight the audience. It's like you're never going to win against the audience. You never talk to them directly. Don't threaten them, and don't try to fight them. Because all that's going to happen is you're going to wind up jumping in the crowd and pulling the Jack Boy. Shout out to Jack Boy, right? So don't do that. Always keep your poise. Whenever someone's insulting you, they're trying to get a rise out of you to begin with. They're trying to pull you down to a low vibrational space. You up there to battle rap. You don't respond under no circumstances. Dizaster was getting pulled into every which way. Even to the point where towards the end, he sat down because the crowd didn't want to hear his third round about his hardships. You got to realize you're on URL. They don't really know you. Like, they know you, but they not here for that. URL is like the most hellish realm. If this realm's still like reality and whatnot, URL is like hell. It's like the harshest environment you could think of. It's damn near, URL is like fighting in a pit with actual fire around it, and people just outside of a gate, slamming the gate like, yeah, kill him. That's where you at. So again, they want to be entertained. You only can get stuff like that off by being entertaining, and that also goes back to my point about rhythm. Rhythm is not just 1 2 3 4. Rhythm is also knowing when to do things. A lot of things Dizaster wanted to do would have hit harder had he made it the theme of his 3 rounds or the theme of the 3rd round, right? If he wanted to get into this story, what's your overall theme? What was your point? What's the point are you getting to? Why do you want us to know the story about white folks calling you a sand nigga? All right? And how does that relate to the battle, and what does that have to do with Real Sikh? Okay? I'm fair about things. I like to be well-rounded about how I think about things and whatnot. So I'm not going to say Dizaster's garbage or he was trash and whatnot, but Dizaster didn't do good in his battle. And I had a prediction blog that I never put out. But what I was saying was, a lot of the older vets, they come from a time where back-to-back punching wasn't necessary and focusing on punching wasn't as necessary. They have to use that same talent, same dexterity towards similes, metaphors, double entendres, and good wordplay to win battles. That's what takes away from Dizaster. Dizaster says some shit, but and you know what? It was clearer to me hearing him on URL. It's like, yo, you're not really saying anything that's hot. Like, you're not really saying anything that's like fire. Like, oh my God. Like, the one bar he had was, if you was doing more creating than taking creating, like, I'm like, yo, that was like the bar of the battle. And that shouldn't be so with someone on Dizaster's level. Or is it just that, like, yo, maybe, again, when we think about how good Dizaster is, I guess we're stuck in the nostalgia of the height of Dizaster when he battled Cannabis. That was Dizaster at his pinnacle and Dizaster at his most perfect. But Dizaster did not keep moving forward in terms of developing wordplay, developing, doing those things with words other people can't do. Bro, you cannot win a battle with multis and extreme syllable usage and whatnot against someone who's punching your head off. You know what I mean? And that's what happened in this battle. Now, luckily, Real Sikh is a little more along the lines of him, right? So it wasn't as bad, but of course, Real Sikh caught a 30. Real Sikh won. I was hoping that Dizaster would be able to show up a little better than that. And honestly, I want to say they also had 10 days prep, but I don't care. I don't care. You Dizaster. If you've been doing this for a super long time, why don't you already got bars anyway? If we battle rappers, why do you need more? It's Summer Madness. Why do you need? I'm just saying, I understand not being able to put on the performance of your lifetime, but you could come up with 3 good 3-minute rounds for this battle. Another thing was, now I wasn't timing the rounds, but all his rounds were super long. So another thing that couldn't help Dizaster was actually knowing how long your rounds were. Okay? So let's go ahead and wrap everything up. Before I go. The sand nigga thing. I will give Dizaster some bail right there. Y'all listening to Easy too much, alright? Now Easy understands how to make content in battle rap. Easy knows he ain't calling nobody a nigga. But it sounds more audacious, more sensational to say, yeah, you know, y'all went and booked him to spite me, and he went up there and called y'all nigga. Y'all know that he ain't called nobody a nigga. Y'all know that he wasn't calling anyone up there nigga. He was saying they called him a saying nigga. He didn't get to his point, and that's another problem with being too goddamn long-winded. Dizaster. That era was done. The era of people waiting for you to take a whole round to get to a point, it's over. It's been over. It's gone. And also, you was battling in that friendly-ass environment. GTX is friendly. KOTD is friendly. A lot of these guys, they missed out on their development by not battling in the black rooms with niggas and street rappers. That's how you get nice. You get nice by being in rooms with niggas that really be getting busy. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get off my point, but overall, and it's for the artists out there who also battle rap, always remain stoic. Never seem as though you're upset or rattled. Always be prepared for niggas to not rock with you. Because that happens. It's okay. That's why you focus on having a good performance. Also, pay your debt of entertainment. You are not up there just to rap. It's about entertaining people. You're an entertainer. Entertain me. Not force me to like what you like. They don't want that, bro. At least give them something. Give them some of what they want, right? Come on, man. What are you doing? What are you doing, Diz? You see my hand? So, also, timing. If Diz would have had a good amount of punches, and then he would have gave you a tidbit right there. Yo, I moved here and this time. Give you some bars. Another point around. I went through this with white folks going to school. White folks, They discriminated against me, and you know he could have found the way to turn sand nigga into like a bar or something. That was a culmination. Why wait this long for you to say sand nigga? And not only that, you know, also you have to be aware of what the crowd wants to hear, what's going to entertain them, and what they're going to respond well to. Saying some ish that niggas don't like, and then saying, y'all want to hear this shit or not? Why would you ask them that? Like, you can see, yo, he's on autopilot. He ain't thinking none of that stuff. Also, what was another one? Basically, I'm sorry. I don't mean to go in circles, but the point is, this is a masterclass on everything to not do on URL. Aside from the second round. Second round, I thought was really cool. You know, he was better off maybe doing shit like that for all 3 rounds, honestly. And also, again, like, bro, you gotta get some bars, bro. Gotta give me some bars. Sorry. Anyway, a little freestyle blog for y'all, man. I'm gonna have some bars later on. Maybe some more insight, man. I'm gonna have my bars for this and so on and so forth. So I'll see y'all later. Peace. 6 Past Commandments, man. Let's get it.